everyone. Welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show, where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. We're going to South Africa, mainly because I'm going to South Africa in April. Head to South Africa. My girlfriend and I, Susie, are headed there. We're very excited. We're talking about it. We're doing research. It's getting closer and closer, and I have some winery tours set up, some interviews set up. Of course, I'm going to be shooting some episodes for YouTube over there. Very excited about that. I hope you're able to watch them. It's going to be fun, and I've never been there before, so I'm very excited. We're also stopping in Dubai for a couple of nights. Never been there either. Very excited about that. I want to thank you guys for watching, taking the time out to do that. I'll say that at the end, but I really mean it. Viewership is up. I want to thank my email group for being just such good sports and you know, checking out the YouTube episodes. But one of the things I did want to mention is that the average view time is only 4 minutes. My YouTube episodes usually get closer to 20 minutes, so I know a lot of you are just kind of peeking at it and leaving. I'm glad you're just checking it out anyway. But you know, take some time and watch the whole thing. Just see what happens. But a lot of you do, and I really appreciate it. I'm getting a lot of comments. Just wanted to shout out to Mike Bernsey. Yes, I will do an episode where I compare Washington Merlot with the Merlot from the right bank of Bordeaux. Maybe even a little California Merlot thrown in there just to kind of compare them. Maybe even do a blind tasting. That would be kind of fun to do that. I wanted to also thank Alan, who keeps putting pressure on me to make these just a little bit shorter because, well, he can't stand it when they're 20 minutes. A lot of you don't mind that, but he doesn't like it. So I try to get them under 20 minutes if I can. In fact, the last episode I did was 17 minutes. I hope you're proud of me, Alan, for doing that. So let's get started right off the bat. We're doing South African Reds. This is Painted Wolf The Den Pinotage 2015. South Africa is really one of the only countries that does any of Pinotage in any sort of quantity. Pinotage is a cross between Cinsault and Pinot Noir. South Africa actually, I'm going to do a little rinse here. South Africa has 237,000 acres planted of vineyards. That's crazy. 7th largest production of wine in the world. Actually, they've been making wine for close to 400 years, considered New World wines, which kind of surprised me at first, way back when I found that out. But, you know, they're considered New World wines. They use a lot of New World practices. The Dutch settlers back in around, I think, 1640, 1650, planted vineyards there, but it was when the French Huguenots came in and started viticultural practices, and that's when it really started. The wine industry really got started. But it's close to 400 years now of wine production, which is crazy. They've been doing it a long time. 55% of their grapes are devoted to white wines, which is really kind of interesting. Kind of different than here, for sure. Chenin Blanc's a big part of that. They produce a ton of Chenin Blanc. They refer to it also as Steen, S-T-E-E-N. So there's that. And it was in the 1980s. They kind of lost their thunder, African wines, because of apartheid. And in 90, when Nelson Mandela was released from prison and was elected as president, then the wine industry started to take off again. So we're going to give this Painted Wolf Pinotage a try. Here, I'd like to give you a little close-up of it. $13. I think I mentioned this before. I was at a song class, a master song that said there really is no such thing as a good Pinotage. I totally disagree with them. I found several good Pinotage, so there are good Pinotage out there. I've tasted bad ones, of course, but just recently I found a couple really nice ones. So let's see what we get on the nose. I'm getting a little bark, raspberry for sure, a lot of raspberry, tons of raspberry. A little bit of cherry coming through. And a little bit of earth, like dirt almost, but not, you know, it's just earthy, like going through a dried forest, you know, you get that forest floor, sans the pine needles or any tree needles, it's just that kind of dried earth. All right, let's see what we get on the palate. A lot of raspberry. raspberry on the palate as well. A little bit of cherry juice coming through, and that earthiness front to finish with a good lift from the acidity. So this has a nice kind of bright acidity underneath, but the fruit is the dominant part of the palate. This is actually very delicious, mouth-watering wine. This is one of those wines you could just sit down, have a pizza, watch a game, watch a basketball game, football game, whatever. Now it's going to be basketball, of course, getting close to March Madness. Anyway, really, really delicious wine. Good lift in the mouth, good food wine, but yet really nice and a good balance to it. I'm getting just a little bit of chocolate and licorice notes. And then when I swallowed it, that brightness really comes through. So it's a really bright finish. A little fades a little quickly on the finish as far as the fruit goes, but overall, a pretty good wine. I mean, for 13 bucks, I'm gonna go solid. I'm gonna go solid B- on that wine. I think it's a good wine. I think if you're gonna try Pinotage, look up Painted Wolf. I really like this one. Good example of what Pinotage can do. There you go. Let's move on. Chimonix Rouge. This is from the Franschhoek Valley. By the way, this one, just wanted to mention, this one was the Western Cape coastal region. That's a big appellation, kind of like the Columbia Valley. But this is Franschhoek Valley Chimonix Rouge 2013. It is 47% Cab, 25% Malbec, 20% Merlot, and 8% Petit Verdot, matured in small barrels for 18 months. I'm going to visit. In fact, Susie and I are staying at Chimonix. We're renting a room. They have really cool outbuildings there that you can rent. We're going to rent a room there and go to Franschhoek and check out a couple other wineries. That'll be like a posting area that we stay at. Central area we stay at, excuse me. So Chimonix, this rolls in at $18. Pretty cool label, actually. Kind of jazzy little label there. Let's see what we get on the nose. Excited about this. It's good. Truly a Bordeaux style blend. Malbec, Petit Verdot, yes. Very Bordeaux-like. They like to do a lot of those Bordeaux style blends. Ooh, very green, very green. I get like Perazine, big time, blackberry stems and blackberry leaves. Big time. I mean, that's all I'm getting right now. I'm getting definitely getting some cherry and currant notes coming through. A little bit challenged on the nose, really, as far as fruit goes, but I definitely got a big whiff of that, like blackberry stems, blackberry leaves, a little bit of a... No tomato stem, though, just that. There's no Cab Franc in this, either. I do not believe I read Cab Franc. Interesting. I'm excited to see what we get on the palate. You just get a bit of that blackberry stem, but that disappears. There's really good fruit on this wine, and very polished tannins. I've used this term before, but it reminds me of licking a ball bearing. It feels like those tannins are like little ball bearings in your mouth. Very, very polished and smooth. Solid cherry and currant notes, front to finish. Nice and seamless across the palate, which I enjoy a lot. Good flavors. I mean, they're still lingering on it. They'll still have that cherry and currant notes coming through, big time. Nice lift again. There's a good bed of acidity, like a spine of acidity, that gives it that lift in the mouth. So this is a good food wine as well. In fact, I'd really like to have this with some of that stew I made last night. Very good wine. Actually surprising with all that kind of stemmy greenness that I got on the nose, that comes out like this on the palate. Nice expansion on the finish. It kind of, blows up a little bit as far as the fruit flavors go. Getting a little bit of an earthiness, but the fruit is definitely the prominent part of it, for sure. It really makes my mouth water. I mean, it's got that, it's not cutting acidity, it's just bright. A little, you know what I mean? Kind of like brightens it up a little bit in the mouth. Yeah, I like this wine a lot, I do. It has good structure, good balance. It could lay down with that easily because it has good fruit. We talked a little bit about cellaring in the last episode. You could lay this one down probably for 5 to 8 years. I would drink it now though because it's really delicious. It's really drinking good. It's 2013, must have been a good vintage there. Yeah, I like this wine a lot. I do. I like it. I'm going to go BB plus on this wine. I think it's a solid wine. I think it's ageable. I think it's drinking good now. Be great with burgers, with pizza, with steak. This is just a solid wine with that stew I was talking about that I made last night. I'm liking it. I'm going to go BB plus on that. Let's move on. 2013 Constancia Glen 3. We are also going to this winery. I'm going to visit them the first week I'm there. This is 59% Merlot, 25% Cab, and 16% Cab Franc, 14.5 alcohol. This rolls in at $28. Give you a little close up. Really classy label here. Far different from the last two. Yeah, I think I'm going to be interviewing winemakers, assistant winemakers, somebody there. See, I'm wearing a white shirt. Kind of silly. Especially the way I pour. Whew. Let's see what we get on the nose. I told Susie I was a little nervous about doing this. I hope the wines are good. So far, so good, right? I'm going to go visit them, and if they watch this, if I don't like them. Same exact thing. You get that really greenness on it. I mean, seriously. Like walking into a blackberry patch. You get the leaves, the stems. Reminds me of Cab Franc a lot. This does have Cab Franc, 16%. A little bit of like old branches coming through. There's red fruit, but I can't really put it's like a combination between currants and cherries. Getting a little bit of blackberry notes coming through. I'm not trying to be funny there, but I am getting some blackberry notes. And very earthy as well. Very interesting on the nose. Let's see what we get on the palate. Crazy. I've never really smelled two wines like it just did now that have that green, but nothing on the palate. This is very, very juicy on the palate. Good fruit, but not over the top by any stretch. I think I looked at the alcohol was 14.5. Yeah, so it's obviously ripe fruit. The heat does not come through. I don't get it on the palate at all, but you do get that nice ripe kind of blackberries, plums, currants and cherries. Yeah, it's a real medley of red fruits. Real good structure. I mean, solid structure. The tannins are soft, but at the very end you get a little bit of that grip. Where your tongue sticks to your gums. That sort of thing happens. And then the plum blackberry notes kind of linger on the backside big time with a little bit of currant underneath. Good acidity, but it's not quite as bright as the Chimonix was. Just a hair of chocolate on the back end. Solid wine, really solid wine. Again, you could lay this down for 10 years easily, I believe. Tobacco coming through right on the backside. Definitely getting tobacco notes. Very excited about these wines. This is a very good wine, a very good wine. And 28 bucks, it could be less. I kind of had to go on Wine Searching and kind of look, and I just remember seeing the price in the catalog where I ordered it from. It was up around 28 bucks, which is a lot of money, but let me tell you, this is worth every penny of 28 bucks. You'd be hard pressed to find something like that for 28 bucks from Washington State, California, with the quality that you get in this wine. Really, I get a little bit of it. It's getting warm down here, just a little bit, but not too much. Very solid wine. I'm going to go B plus A minus with that wine. I mean, it's just that solid, just that good. And once again, a very good wine that you can drink by itself. When you first smell it, you might just go, wow, I'm not going there. But when you taste it, it's far different. Very curious, very interesting wines from South Africa. Thanks for taking a little bit of time out of your day to watch this episode. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Subscribe to this channel. Hook up with me on Twitter, at Stan the Wine Man. Hook with me on Facebook, where you'll see these episodes coming out. And we'll continue to learn about wines and help you to spend your wine dollars wisely. Cheers.